Hello and welcome to a special edition of the Counter Attack this week, featuring me, Jamie O'Hara, and no Jose Enrique, but Sai from Open Goal has joined us. Sai, what's your take on this? You've been in the game a long time now. Football without VAR. Do we want it?
Get it to fuck, mate. Get it to fuck. Load of rubbish. I mean, imagine you were playing and like how many times your belly would have been offside if they went to the lines. Well, do you know what kills me, mate? Like, you see some of these goals that are scored now, and they're actual fucking worldies, mate, and you're worried that it's going to be ruled out for VAR. For me, it needs to go, mate. Like, I love the goal line technology. I think when it's a clear and obvious offside, 100% use it. But if it's fucking tight, mate, just get it to fuck. What do you think?
Yeah, mate, I want to get rid of it. I don't know how we do it, whether it's protest, whether the managers come out, the players, and just, you know, they just start going, right, we're going to have to take some fines on the chin here. But if we don't start standing up to this, it's just going to ruin our game. Football is getting ruined, mate. Like, honestly, when I watch football now, every single week I'm talking about fucking VAR. I'm sick to death of talking about something that's giving nothing to the game. All it does is just cause controversy. Oh, it gives us something to talk about.
And it's also gave clowns like Dermot Gallagher more fucking airtime, mate. Guys like him.
I know, mate.
There's not a programme with fucking Howard Webb and Michael Owen. Personality of two planks, mate, standing talking about whether VAR's onside or offside. Get it to fuck, mate. Get it to fuck.
Yeah. I'm 100% with you, mate. Get these referees off TV. Mike Dean doing games now, talking about decisions. He was one of the worst refs. He was awful. You know, he used to run around. It was all about himself. Mate, referees just ref the game and that's it. Shut up. Do your job. I'm sick of having that. Now we got more referees.
When you played, how were you with referees? Did you give them a wee bit back? Did you get sent off for back chat, dissent?
I got sent off a couple of times, mate. I called the referee once. Didn't go down too well. Couldn't wait to get the red card out. And the worst thing was, right, that was in a non-league game. It was Enfield Town away, right? And it's the last minute. I've given away a free kick. Never a free kick. They've scored from it, makes it 1-1, stops us from winning the league that week. We go and win it the next week. But, mate, I've gone, you right? Big mistake, right? And not a nice word, right? He gets the card out straight away, walks off. I'm now walking over to a shed, right, to go into the fucking dressing room because it's a shed. I'm walking around an Olympic track at Enfield away, and my dad walks over, and there's only a man and his dog there anyway, and my dad walks over and he just looks at me, laughs and goes, where did it all go wrong, son? This is a quick fire predictions on how things will end up. First one, I've got Premier League. Who's going to win it?
Man City, innit? Man City are the best, mate. Like, they've been playing without Haaland for weeks now. I mean, that game against Newcastle was sensational, mate. When De Bruyne is back. I mean, Pep's actually fucking an evil genius, mate, innit? He's allowed big clubs. Go on, lads. Have a fucking 10-point start. Like, the league's that easy for him now, mate, that he's just getting guys starts and he's going to show them how good he is, how good these players are. The wee boy, Oscar Bob, mate, what a fucking player.
He looks good in that, by the way, doesn't he? He looks decent.
Man City pissed the league. They win it by 10 points, mate, for me. What about you?
Well, I think it's going to be a bit closer than that. I think Liverpool will go all the way with them. I think Arsenal nowhere near it, mate. They're miles off it now, and I think the bubble's burst with Arteta. Watch, mate, they're going to come under a bit of pressure because teams now ain't going to start worrying about them anymore. They've sussed out how to tackle Saka, just showing down the line, and he's got to add more to his game. I think it's between Liverpool and Man City. Aston Villa, they ain't got the squad. But, yeah, look, I'm with you, mate. I think Man City now, we know after January they just crack on, don't they? Haaland's going to come back, De Bruyne's back, and everyone's just start shitting themselves. And, you know, they've just got it in them. You know what it's like, mate? As Pep come out and said it the other day, we played the same way, but the difference is De Bruyne comes back and he makes a difference. He scores one, sets up one. If you've got players like that in your team who can just do something out of the ordinary and are willing to take risks, you know, in the last third, in the last minutes of the game, who's willing to be like, right, I'm going to put a ball right in that spot when no one can deal with it, mate, you can't compete with that. And I just think they're going to win it. I think Liverpool are going to do all right. They'll be close, but yeah.
Any chance Arsenal could finish outside the top four? Spurs, Villa.
What? Well,
Liverpool.
This is the next question, mate. This is the next question. What's your top four?
Top four for me will be Man City, Liverpool, Spurs, Aston Villa. I'm with you, mate. I think Arsenal are bang average, mate. I know you rave about your man Declan Rice, but for me, mate, needs to do more. Needs to do more. Doesn't set up chances. Like, you look at Man City's Rodri, mate. He's so much more than just a City midfielder. You watch him against Man City, mate. He's beating 2 and 3 guys. He's putting players in to score goals. Rice has done all right, mate. You could get fucking Steve Sidwell to do what Declan Rice does, Runs about.
Oh, come on, mate.
Mate, I don't know.
Come on, mate.
What's he gave you this year?
Come on, he's top class, mate. He's top class, Declan Rice. I'm not having that.
Good at West Ham because he's got on the ball, but again, for Arsenal, mate.
Mate, what? He's gone. No, come on, mate. We've been raving about him. He's been playing well. He really has. Arsenal ain't got a goal scorer like Haaland, mate. They haven't got a Salah. Like, it's as simple as that. Everyone raves about Saka. He's a good player, but his goals are not there. Richarlison scored more than Arsenal's front three. Do you know that?
Yeah.
He's got more goals than Arsenal's front three this season. That's the problem. It's not Declan Rice. Declan Rice has been absolutely top draw, in my opinion. Oh, yeah, I get what you're saying. He's not Kevin De Bruyne. I get what you're saying. But as a midfielder to have in your side, you need him in there. He's world class, mate. Keeps the ball, gets things ticking over.
Bissouma's been better than Rice.
Nah, Bissouma's a stopper, mate. Bissouma's a stopper. Declan Rice has got more to his game, mate. He's got more to his game. I'm telling you.
I'll tell you one thing. He has not got a good enough arse to wear trousers that tight. He needs to fucking let a notch out on his belt, mate. How tight are his trousers?
I think, well, I mean, look, we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, I think the penny's dropped a little bit. They've spent a lot of money, Arsenal, by the way. A lot of money. And they need to win a trophy this season. So if they finish outside the top 4, he's banging trouble. Banging trouble. But they'll stick by him. But Arsenal needs, they've spent a lot of dough, mate. They really have. And they've had a few seasons now with transfer windows to get it right. And, mate, they ain't got a striker.
Who would you take, Tony?
Mate, they need Ivan Toney, I think. Just a focal point, cause problems.
Yeah.
That's what I think they need. Yeah, I don't know if they'll let him go, though, Brentford. But, yeah, I think he's top draw. They need him. What about the bottom 3? Who have you got for that?
Bottom 3, mate. Come on. They teams that have came up for the Championship, mate. They get relegated in the Scottish Premier League, they 3. They're fucking hopeless, aren't they? Luton are like Joe Kinnear's Wimbledon, mate. I thought Joe Kinnear is back at Wimbledon.
I like Luton, mate. I think they've done all right.
Oh, do you know what?
They're hard to beat at home.
Yeah, they've signed well. I think Barkley's been an incredible signing, mate. I mean, you look at teams like, for me, Spurs, Villa, even Arsenal, mate. I'm looking at Ross Barkley. I think he could easily play for their 3 teams. I think Andros Townsend's coming and done all right. But what they've got, mate, is,
I agree.
Arsenal there, they've got proper handfuls up front, mate, don't they? And Morris.
Yeah. Yeah, they've got some good players, I think, Luton are doing. And they work their bollocks off. Do you know what I mean? They know what they are. They're exactly what they say on the tin. They're Luton Town. You're going to go there, Kenilworth Road, shit stadium, but we're going to make it hostile. You don't want to go there and play. The change rooms are going to be shit. Do you know what I mean? It's like, you know they're going to pick out some results. I still think they'll go down. I'm with you. I still think the teams from the Championship are all going back down. But I think they gave a good account of themselves. Everyone thought they was going to be the whipping boys. What about Golden Boot?
Just on the bottom 3, he disappointed in company in Burnley. Like, he romped the Championship last year. He's meant to be this next Pep Guardiola. They have been fucking powder puff, mate, haven't they?
Yeah, I think they've been dog, mate. I really do. I felt from the other day with that VAR decision, but I just think, for me, when you come up and you romp a Championship like you've done, and then you come up and you're absolutely hopeless, what's that say about you? And he knows the league, Vincent Kompany. He knows what it's about, but he's stuck to his guns. He hasn't tried to adapt or anything. He hasn't been tried to be harder to beat. He's just come up and thought, right, yeah, we're going to play exactly the same way, do the same thing. Mate, you're playing in a Championship, geez. Now you're coming up against the big boys. You're coming up against top players. And he's been found out massively as a manager in the league. And look, I like him, Vincent Kompany, don't get me wrong, but it doesn't seem to me like he's got a way of adapting to the Premier League. Like Luton have, they've gone, right, we know what we are. We're going to fucking try and get points the best way we can. Burnley, they're coming up thinking they're Man City. He thinks he's at Man City. Yeah. That's what he's doing. He's playing the same way because he's looking at, when he moves on from Burnley, where's he go? Does he get the Man City job? Does he get another big job? So I'm going to stick to my guns and play this way because that's who I am. That's my philosophy. Burnley are going to go back down.
Yeah,
that's because he ain't changed the way he wants to play.
His next job, he'll be a fucking steward at Man City, mate. He'll be wearing one of the high vis yellow jackets on match day.
What about Golden Boot? Who we saying? I'm going to go Salah.
Salah's a man, mate, isn't he? Well, it depends how long he's away with AFCON, there.
Yeah, but Haaland's injured as well when he's out. So in terms of goals getting scored, the two big boys are, they're not even here at the moment.
What about Liverpool? What do you think of Nunes? Is he good enough?
I like Nunes. People dig him out, but look, when I watch him, I think he's good. There's a player in there. Yeah, he misses chances, but he's only young, mate. I think he's 23. He's got everything to his game. He's quick, he's strong, he's good in the air, his hold-up play's decent, and he works his fucking tail off. And that is essential when you play for Liverpool in a top club. All right, you might not be scoring, 20, 30 goals a season, and I don't think he'll ever be like Haaland in that sense. But I like him. I think he's good. And for Liverpool, I think he's perfect.
Oh, by the way, what a number 9 fucking Richarlison's turned into, mate. That guy could not hit a ball goal, mate. And look what Big Ange has done with him, mate. But it's what you talk about. Set the service, mate. You talk about Arsenal. Like, if you're centre forward at Spurs, mate, you can't not score goals. There's that many balls that come into the box, eh?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's the thing with Ange. I mean, you know more than me because you watched him at Celtic for a few years, mate. Mate, the football that we play and the amount of times they just get balls into the box, crosses, get to the byline, cross, comes out, reload, out wide, cross again. I mean, it's a striker's dream. Like Man United, fucking Højlund, he never gets a kick, the poor fella, because Rashford and Antony are just constantly coming inside trying to shoot. Garnacho's the same. But, mate, at Tottenham, if you're a striker, your quid's in. Yeah. Because you've got balls coming across the face of the goal, constantly getting balls in the box. Set pieces, I don't know if you've seen our set pieces, mate. No fucking about. Porro goes out there, whips it in the 6-yard box. There's none of these short little let's play, intricate passes, fucking build up, end up back at the goalkeeper. He gets straight in the box. Can we score? Yeah. And that's what I love about Ange. I love the way he's doing things. He's really good, mate. I'm sure we'll talk about him a bit more. Well,
Will he be? Are you happy with to be Tottenham's number 9 now, or do you still think you need to go and get somebody else?
I think we need to. Look, personally, I'd still think we should try and get another striker. But I think Timo Werner might come in and play on the left more now, and I think Son will go back up playing up front. Yeah. So you have Timo Werner on the left, you have Son up front, and Kulusevski when he's back fit. That's a decent front three, and then Richarlison and Brennan Johnson off the bench. All of a sudden, you've got Maddison back fit. Fucking hell, it's a good team. It's decent. Do you know what I mean? So you've got options, and I think with Ange, he's starting now to see a front three that he can rotate and use. I like what he's doing. Timo Werner, I think, is a good signing. But look, everyone wants a fucking striker side. Do you know what I mean? How many are out there? Everyone wants a striker. It's so hard to get. You've got 500 million.
Hugo, Celtic. Go on, say something.
I mean, who?
He's taught me, I'm telling you. By the way, Ange just sits from me.
Diogo Jota are you talking about? Who are you talking about?
Kyogo, mate. What a player. 32 goals last season under Ange. Fits his style.
Fuck me, I could score 30 goals in up there and fucking playing against the, the weak chief and the dog and duck.
He wanted to play in England and he skushed it, mate.
Mate, get me fit. I'll lose a stone so I can go and play centre mid, mate, for fucking St Mirren, let me tell you. Shambles. Hey, what about the old Scottish Premiership then? Who's winning it? I see Rangers flopped it the other day against Celtic. It doesn't look like it's going their way again, is it? Talk me through it. Because it got tight, didn't it?
See, to be fair to the Rangers managers came in and he's done well, mate. Because they were a pub team before he came in, eh? Like under Michael Beale, who's now flying in the English Championship. Couldn't win a fucking game up here. Clement's came in and he's completely changed Rangers, mate. Much better team. Had that great result in Europe. I mean, your teams are dog shit in Europe, in the Europa League. Beat Real Betis, mate, to go through the knockout stages. But Celtic are starting to get players back fit, mate. Rodgers is starting to kind of get his feet under the table. I still think Celtic have got a better squad than Rangers. I think they've got a better manager, although he's done well. The experience that Brendan Rodgers has got. And it looks like they're going to sign another couple of players in January. So I think it'll be close, a lot closer than what I thought it was going to be at the start of the season. But I just think Brendan Rodgers, with his experience and the players that they've got, I think Celtic are still the favourites to win the league. What about you? What do you think?
Yeah. I mean, I'll be lying if I fucking knew what was going on up there, mate. I'll be lying. All I know is that Celtic are better than Rangers. That's about it. And what, Hearts are normally all right, and Aberdeen, where are they? I mean, who else is up there? East Fife, how are they getting on?
Mate, honestly, I came to that Spurs Man U game Sunday expecting a good quality of football. Man United, mate, holy fuck. Like, what are they doing? Talk to me through Man United. Like, what's Man United's game plan, mate?
They ain't got an identity, side. They ain't got an identity. I've been saying this all season. They just go out there, they win games because they've got better players than, you know, most teams because they pay 350 grand a week. So they've got better players, and eventually better players will get you results in some games. But in terms of actually a team shape, an identity, a way of playing, non-existent, mate. Ten Hag, mate, honestly, I don't know what he's done. He's lost the dressing room, in my opinion. Mate, and now he's just relying on players to get him results. I'm
convinced East 5, they grab a 0-0 at Old Trafford, mate. 100%. East 5 get a 0-0 at Old Trafford. Gee, it's funny you say that. I was doing it at the game and we were interviewing fans at the game. The amount of Man United fans that are with Ten Hag is incredible, mate.
Really?
I know, mate. I thought from the outside that they would want him out, but everyone wants to stick with Eric Ten Hag.
Right, so now it's time for a bit of true or false. I'm going to read you out a statement. Is it correct or not? First one, Postecoglu will win the Premier League Manager of the Year.
Nah, false. False.
Nah, why? Do you think he's got a chance?
Nah, because I think to win the Premier League Manager of the Year, you either need to win a trophy or you need to win the league, basically. And he's not going to do that, is he? He's got Man City in the next round of the Cup. Didn't expect him with the injuries and the players that he's got missing to do that. If he finishes top 4, it'll be an incredible achievement, I think, but it'll not be...
How good is he, by the way? Sorry, how good is he?
He doesn't give a fuck, mate. All yous could slaughter him as much as you like. You can say he's naive. Like, you talk a load of shit saying he's naive, mate. How he's naive when he's got a way of playing and he sticks to it. Didn't see how that's naive, but he will not take one notice at anything. There are times,
though, Si, when you're like, fuck me, Ange. You know, he done it the other day for the first time, actually. He brought on another centre-half when we were drawing 2-2. Now, obviously, because he's got that option because he signed a couple of centre-halves, it's the first time I saw him go, you know what, away from home, Old Trafford, 5 minutes left.
Take the draw.
Point's a fucking good point. Take the draw. Do you know what I mean? That's the first time I've seen him do that, and I was like, oh, maybe he has started to realise that, you know, sometimes away from home, a point's a good point, especially at Man United, because it's the first time he put on a centre-half. You know, so we had 3 at the back.
He deserves Manager of the Year for getting Oliver Skipp to pass the ball to a Tottenham player.
I know, mate. Tell me about it. I don't know. Look, I know, mate, don't.
I'm telling you, Jay, came to Celtic, his recruitment's amazing, mate. Like, you see, even Spurs now, mate. When do Spurs ever sign players so early in the January window? He changes the full club.
No, no.
He makes the players there better, mate. Like, we had the wee guy, Greg Taylor, he plays with Scotland, you might not know him. Before Ange came in, everyone was so sceptical about him, wanted him at the door. Under Ange, mate, he was incredible. One of the players of the year. And now, since Ange is gone, he's just not been that same player again, mate. What he does to players who are that look like they're on their way out, mate, is incredible. I mean, he just hits the nail on the head on every department, mate. How he is with the press is incredible, isn't it? You see when the guy was like, do you dream of winning trophies? He says, I've got pictures of it, mate.
I know, that was great, wasn't it? It was a great statement, that. Do you know what I mean? He mugged him. And you know what? He's not afraid to mug people off a little bit. And I like that because he's relatable, because some of the questions they get asked are fucking nonsense. But I love the way he interviews, and he's just honest, and he's relatable. I think that's the main thing. But the players love him, mate. Yeah. I think Son put him down as his FIFA Manager of the Year. Harry Kane, who left and went to Bayern Munich, put him down as his number 3 manager.
So do you think he'll win Manager of the Year? What do you say, true or false?
I think he's got a chance. If Man City win the league and Pep Guardiola wins it, then does he really deserve Manager of the Year with all the players that he's got? You know, why do you have to win the Premier League to get Manager of the Year? You know, when you've got the biggest budget and the best players. I think for me, if he gets top 4, you finish 3rd or 4th, and you've played the way you've played, and he's instilled this mentality and this way of playing, Tottenham have actually been a joy to watch. They're on TV every week now because people want to watch them, even if you're not a Tottenham fan. I think he deserves to be in with a shout, 100%. Why not? Because Tottenham, mate, we fell off a cliff last season. We were fucking terrible. Yeah. Honestly, it was so bad to watch. The football was diabolical. This season, I can't wait to watch Tottenham. Every time they're on, I'll sit and watch it. You know, and I think everyone feels like that a little bit. So, yeah, I think he deserves it. It's an unbelievable job.
I'll make a statement to you now, too, right? I guarantee you, mate, Tottenham will challenge for the league properly next year. There you go.
Yeah. I think recruitment's right. If he gets it right, the players that he looks like he's bringing in, I think we ain't going to be far off it. It's just injuries, mate. That's the problem with us. Right, what about Ten Hag though? Will he finish the season as Man United manager?
Nah, no chance, mate. Not for me. This new guy's came in and
really?
Jim Radcliffe. Like this he's top of his business, isn't he? Like he doesn't piss about. I think Man United have had clowns in charge for years, mate. Eh? It's been like a circus in there. Yeah. This guy looks like he's a serious guy, mate. He's not going to settle for mediocrity. He wants the top guys in at Man United. And again, like I said, I supported Man United as a kid, mate. And when Ten Hag got the job, watched his Ajax team, the Champions League, and I was buzzing, mate. I thought the one thing he's going to bring is a style of play that people want to watch back to the old Man United. And for me, mate, it's been horseshit. It's been so disappointing, mate. Like I say, you go there and you just 18 months in a job, mate, and you just can't see how they're trying to get the ball from one goal to the fucking other goal. They just rely on a bit of magic for their player to win a game of football, mate. To me, I agree, mate. He looks out his depth. He looks like he's lost the dressing room. For me, I would get rid of him and go and look for a top.
You know his win percent ratio is right next to Alex Ferguson. You know that? It's like 58% win ratio. He's got the highest apart from Sir Alex.
How's that, mate? They get scudded.
Mate, I'm telling you, that's the stats. Since he's come in, he's got the highest win ratio of any Manchester United manager. If he beat Tottenham the other day, if they beat that game, he would have gone above Sir Alex, his win ratio. I know Sir Alex is over 20 years, so you can't compare. But his win ratio, mate, is high.
But Jay, they don't win any of the big games, do they?
No, that's the thing. They beat the shitters.
And see the games that they win, mate. It's always like 1-0 wins at home to fucking Brentford and Wolves, mate. Like, you need more than that to be a Man United manager. I mean, I just didn't see him winning any at Man United. I know he won a cup last year, didn't he? But in terms of the league, mate, I just didn't see how they win. His recruitment as well is terrible, mate, isn't it? Like Anthony for 90 million. The guy Kudos was at Ajax. Terrible. West Ham getting for 30 million, like. Nah,
I know, mate. I know. I don't know what they're doing, mate. And they've Sancho been a disaster as well. But what about Arsenal, mate? Here's a statement for you. Will Arsenal finish as London's top club this season?
No. Spurs for me, mate. Spurs. I think Spurs will finish ahead of Arsenal. Like we spoken about earlier, Arsenal seem to have gone a bit, didn't they?
They have gone a bit.
Have teams found them out?
They've been found out, mate. I think the front three's been found out. I think they're not so worried about Jesus now. It's all about double marking Martinelli, double mark Saka, and they don't score goals because Jesus ain't a goal scorer. He's a link-up player and he does nice little 1-2s and stuff. He looks good on the eye. You don't put the ball in the back of the net. Saka was the one that made things happen. But if you watch teams now, mate, they just double up on him. They show him down the line, and he's fucked. He's got to change his game. He's got to adapt.
Even like Zinchenko coming inside the pitch is decent, mate. Like it works at times, but I mean, defensively, he's fucking hopeless, isn't it?
Defensively, mate, honestly, he's like Slaney fucking playing left back. He's awful, mate. He's fucking terrible.
This is what baffles me, right? So you know how many Dallas scored about 1 million goals cutting in on his left foot, and Zinchenko just fucking openly shows him on his left foot. You remember the game?
Yeah. No, I remember, yeah. And it's too easy, mate. And players know, though, when they come up against him. Listen, Pep Guardiola, mate, he don't get rid of his best players, does he? Maybe like when they've been there 4 or 5 years and they want to move on and try something different, fine. He don't get rid of top players if he thinks they're going to make a difference to his side. He let Zinchenko go. He let Jesus go. Simple as that. You know, and they've gone to Arsenal and they're good players, top players, but they ain't going to fucking win you the league. It's as simple as that. They're not going to win you the league. They are in Man City's shadow. That is it. And Arsenal can try and compete. They ain't nowhere near Man City, mate.
Yeah, if he finishes inside the top 4 this year, does he get sacked?
No.
What?
No, he don't get sacked, mate. No. I don't think they can sack managers as easy as it is now anymore. I think they're trying to stick by a little bit more with managers and see the process through. Arsenal have got better, and Arsenal are a team now that people talk about as title challengers. Mate, a few years ago, mate, they were finishing 8th. Yeah, Spurs were finishing 7th. They were finishing 8th. They were fucking terrible.
Yeah.
Jude Bellingham, got to talk about him, mate. England's best player. I reckon Jude Bellingham is actually going to be England's best player ever.
Wow. Who would you say is just now? Who would you say England's best ever player is just now? Gareth Southgate?
Well, I mean, look, you go back, you obviously have to say Bobby Moore. You have to put him in with it. You know, Rooney's up there. Harry Kane. You know, you go back Gascoigne, players like that. But for me, Jude Bellingham, I think Jude Bellingham is going to take England to a trophy, a big trophy, whether it's the Euros or the World Cup. I think we'll win a major honour. And Jude Bellingham is going to be the main guy in the team. He's fucking unbelievable. You know what I love about him, mate? And you know this as a player. We've been in the game a long time, whatever level, but it's a mentality, a character. When you see him walk on a pitch, right? He walks on the pitch with a mentality in his eyes, and you can see it when he plays like, I'm the fucking boy. Yeah. I'm going to be the best player here. I don't give a fuck who you are. I don't give a fuck who I'm playing against. I'm going to walk on that pitch, and I'm going to take the mick out of all of you. I love that character about him. Yeah, he's an unbelievable player. Yeah, but I just love looking at his character when he walks on the pitch. We ain't had that for a long, long time. And I think it gets drilled out of young players now. I think young players are soft. Yeah. Soft as shit, most of them. You see them all, they're all at Chelsea. But him, nah. Hard as nails, proper leader, winner. I mean, he's 20 years of age. Yeah. And he's walking around that Real Madrid dressing room like he's the best player on the planet. No. Unbelievable, mate. Best England player we ever had.
That's the thing, like, you used to walk out on the pitch with your belly out, but he walks with his chest out, doesn't he, every game.
Mate,
what I love about him, Jacob.
You see me now, mate. You can look back at Premier League years, yeah? You know, that's something that you've never fucking done. You look back on Premier League years, son, you see me running mileage, mate. Running past Gareth Bale, running past Aaron Ramsey. Fuck me, I was the engine room in midfield. Engine room.
Oh, do you know what I love about Bellingham, to me? Because I actually coach kids. You speak to kids now, mate. I'm a fucking 6, I'm a 10, I'm a sitter, I'm an attack. This guy just does everything, mate, innit? Like, he can defend, he can attack, he can tackle, he can head on the ball, but like you say, mate, his confidence is fucking incredible, innit? Like, he's saying Modric, Kroos, anybody else going there be intimidated playing with guys like Kroos and Modric, mate. He's just went in and absolutely crushed it. What I'm going to say to you is, will Gareth Southgate ruin him to win the Euros? Is he the guy to get the best? Is the system, does that get the best out of Jude Bellingham?
You know what, mate? I did think that, but I think he's watched him at Real Madrid and been like, I need to take the shackles off this lad. That's why he's playing him as a number 10. You know, that's why he's playing fucking Calvin Phillips, because Calvin Phillips should be anywhere near the England team, but he's only playing Calvin Phillips as a sitter with Declan Rice because he wants to give Bellingham the licence to go and do what he wants. And that's only because at Real Madrid, Ancelotti saw straight away that you can't let this lad just defend all the time and, you know, be a sitting midfielder. You've got to let him go and play. Yeah. So I think Gareth Southgate's actually he's just giving him the licence to go and do what he wants.
If he gets injured, England are dog without him, mate. I watched that Albania game. Bellingham and Kane never played. It was like St Mirren playing Albania, mate. It's like East 5 playing Albania.
No, he's a massive player for us. If he gets injured, we're fucked. Him and Harry Kane, we are fucked. Yeah. What about Eddie Howe? Last one, mate. Eddie Howe, Newcastle. Do you think he's taken them as far as he can?
Nah, mate. I'm a big fan of Eddie Howe. Like,
mate, they're 10th. They're 10th, guys. They're 10th.
Mate, he's had the same 12 players for like fucking 40 games in a row, innit? It's been tough on it. I know so's Ange as well, mate. I totally get that, but I think the European competition's been hard on him, innit? I think any team that goes into that European Cup for the first year usually struggle in the league, don't they? I mean, Eddie Howe, I played against these Bournemouth teams in the lower leagues, mate, and like, we talk about identity and a style, mate. His teams have always had that. I think you never once look at a Newcastle game and think their players have fucked it off for Eddie Howe. You can see, like, they're so close to games, mate, innit? Like, the Man City game, what a fucking game. You can't sack a manager out when their teams perform like that against top opposition, mate. I think once Eddie Howe gets back fit, and if they can add to it, then I think Eddie Howe is the man that can still get Newcastle in the top 4. What do you think?
Yeah, no, I agree with what you're saying. I do like him. But if he keeps losing games, mate, I don't care how many injuries you've got. These owners ain't coming to finish 10th in the Premier League, let me tell you. I know they've got problems with FFP and being able to spend dough and regenerate, and they've probably missed the boat with, you know, like our Man City were able to do it, and they have to do it a little bit more careful now. But he can't finish 10th. He's got to finish Europe, otherwise he will get a sack, and they'll look at something else. Mourinho just got sacked from Roma. I'd like to see Jose Mourinho manage Newcastle United. I think he'd be brilliant. Something different, big time manager. Yeah, fucking do something. Yeah, get a big man in there, big name. Jose Mourinho back in the Premier League.
Fucking football, and the fans up there love that. Would they want to go and watch a fucking guy stick 10 men behind the ball?
No, they want to win a trophy, mate. That's what they want to do. They want to win a trophy. It's been a pleasure, mate. Thanks for watching this week's episode of The Counter Attack. We'll see you next week.